Good day, freaks. I'm here to give Capricorn a read straight from the hip with lots of lip and look into what's coming in for you all with this Venus Jupiter conjunction, which today we are having the conjunction. There is a meet point. If you have clarity in your night skies, you should see them sauntering through the galaxy together side by side. It really is a sight to see. If you haven't checked it out and you do have this visibility, do give it a gander. Okay, it's worth taking in. It's just really stunning to see them out there paired up together under that backdrop of the night sky with the moon. There is this sort of like romance and magic and just a very special air to the quality of it. It's something you should take in. Something you should take in. It's a beautiful, beautiful meetup. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it tonight because we got, cloudy skies here. There's a little rain coming in, so I might not have the visibility, but I thought it was perfect to wrap up this series of reads today. I'm hitting up Capricorn now, and I will be bringing in the final one, Aquarius. So that's this reading series, and I will be using the views on these reads, this particular reading series, to determine which signs get the bonus read for April. Okay, so Cappies, you always show out for me, and I appreciate you. I also just want to say a quick thank you to all the subscribers and to all the people who are commenting and sharing the videos, all of you who are bringing your voices into the mix, all the new subscribers here, welcome. Um, Wonderful to have you as part of this broad coven where we all come together from different walks of life, and we look to our points of commonality and we build from there. So it's wonderful to have you here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate all the support. You're helping me get the messages out there to more people. This read is going to be for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars. We got to throw in Pluto because of what's going on with the astrology. We got to throw in Saturn because Saturn went into Pisces. And let me tell you, I got a download around that. I got to talk to you all about that. And we have to throw in Jupiter because we got the Jupiter lead. I want to say Libra in conjunction. I mean, it's interesting because in your pre-shuffle, I did have justice pop out quite a few times. So you might be in a process of balancing some stuff out. I feel like you're balancing out some karma with someone. Okay, we'll get into that. So many downloads are coming in for you. It's pretty wild. The energy feels so expansive. Your ruler Saturn being in Pisces, it really changes up the whole vibe, man. It's a very different expression of the energy. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Y'all are going way out there. Y'all are going to show some people just how deep this goat is. I feel like you're really in a big time of growth. Okay. Again, the energy's like that. It doesn't want to stay on track. It wants to veer off onto the unbeaten path. I'm just getting this really strongly. It's so interesting. I know I got to finish like who this is for, but the download's coming in, so I can't stop it. It's so interesting because when I was initially drawn to these cards for you, this particular deck, I love this deck. It was a gift from a dear friend of mine, R. Bevo, and it's the A.E. Waite holographic tarot. But I've used them so much that I've worn them out and they're all bent and a little distressed. Maybe you're a little bent, a little distressed. Maybe you feel a little frustrated. This deck usually is kind of hard to bring things together. It's hard to get the deck to go together. So it really speaks to me when this deck calls that I know there's that kind of energy involved in the situations. I think you all have been dealing with some frustrations, and particularly around relationships and your ability to kind of like get people to see eye to eye, get things to come together in the way you want them to, trying to get out of those sort of crosshairs of the crossroads where people are really just very polarized in their stance. There's not that ability to see things in a different way, maybe because Saturn is in Pisces, Capricorn, you're kind of getting the memo, you're getting the download that like, oh, maybe there's a way to kind of broaden my perspective of the truth. Maybe there's a way I can kind of see the bigger picture here. Maybe there's certain elements I've been missing because I've been too committed to this hill I'm willing to die on. It's like got this like, what the hell is that? What's that? Just heard Custer's Last Stand. Okay. I don't know what that's about. But just kind of like maybe just really just like being intractable on some position. Maybe it's understanding that what was needed all along was more fluidity. What was needed all along is to come out of the head, come more into the heart, come into what you're actually feeling, maybe understanding the feelings of others through having some kind of balancing experiences that gave you a view of life through their eyes. It's interesting. Maybe in searching for greener pastures, you bumped up against some things that actually helped you understand another person's position in the situation. Sometimes we do that. We get drawn in by glimmery things, and it's to sort of teach us a lesson, about what the other person, in our situation that gets left behind or cast aside or shut out, what they might be feeling. Interesting. Really interesting. You had fire, water, and air show up in your pre-shuffle too. So you might be dealing with some of those energies. You might have those energies strongly aspected in your chart. So that would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think you're finding your fire with this cycle that we just kicked off with the Aries new moon. I think you're connecting with a new sense of purpose. I think you're recognizing that you want to move out of kind of the linear experience. You're wanting to move forward more passionately in your life. You want to feel more actively engaged in your life. You also could be dealing with those signs. There's somebody with one of those signs strongly aspected in their chart. Water, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this is also about you in this cycle, this particular lunar cycle that's really, getting kicked off with everything that's going on with the astrology in March. And with the Venus-Jupiter conjunction going on today, there's a lot of expansion in this area too, and that Venusian energy, getting more into the feeling energy. So this is about, really connecting more with your heart space, connecting more with your intuition. The water is strong, People don't give enough credence to the power of emotions, the power of intuition, its value as a guiding force. That there's power in that vulnerability to go into that place where we expose ourselves to our depth of experience. Bringing this forward more in your situation, bringing the heart forward more, bringing the intuition forward more. It's helping things come together. You're starting to enter a new flow where things were intractable. The more you move in this direction, you find flow. And then with the swords energy, it's that, balancing that with logic, coming to your truth, coming to clarity about the situations you've been dealing with, clarity about where other people in your situation have been, why they see things the way they do, respecting that truth, being able to understand that, truth at the end of the day is little t truth when it's viewed just through our own personal experience. And then there's the big T truth, which most humans, have a hard time grasping because we get very attached to our positions or views. And that's what creates blockages on our path. This coming in for you, bottom of the deck energy. Oh, I love it. Picked up the deck in reverse, 9 of Wands in reverse, dropping the defenses. Refusing to play this wounded warrior bit. This is about understanding personal accountability and really living from that place, dropping the defenses. Dropping the defenses provides the way through. I have to bring it in because it came in really strongly for you beforehand, and then we'll actually get into laying out the cards. These are kind of my readings. I do a lot of channeling, and I love to work with the cards as a medium. It's a creative expression of the channeling, and it's a way for spirit to kind of really come in through in the material, and for you to engage with that, to see these images and what they unlock in you. Very interesting, very interesting. But I really got called to do some bibliomancy for you. And it was a trip because I felt like diving into the Capricorn collective with this Venus Jupiter conjunction. It's interesting because Jupiter makes everything bitter, right? Bitter. What? Jupiter makes everything bitter. I meant to say bigger. Interesting. I feel like there's a perspective that's going to be opening up for you. It's been a bitter point for you. It's been something you've been seeing as a bitter experience. But there's something that you're going to see differently once you drop this position, this your defenses, dropping the defenses. And through you seeing like through the eyes of other people, other people's experiences, and recognizing their truth, and how this connects somehow to, the higher truth. There's something that comes through. There's some kind of gift that comes through what has been a bitter experience for you. There's some beautiful gift coming in out of this experience. Got that really strongly. This book called for me to do some bibliomancy with you. That's when you just sort of randomly, intuitively open to a page and read whatever passage is there. I like to work with this quite a bit, and this book is pretty deep. This is the Yoga Aphorisms of Patanjali, How to Know God. All right, so there's something here. There's something you may have gone through that may have been a really bitter experience. Maybe it even caused you to question your faith. For those of you who are on a really focused spiritual path, where you're, really connecting to spirit, and then maybe you have some experience that you felt betrayed that connection in some way, maybe cut you off from that connection. I think you're coming to a different understanding, but this called out to you. So I want to see what message wanted to come in because it felt very important at the time. So what does the Capricorn collective need to know at this time, Spirit? What is the spiritual guidance for the Capricorn collective at this time? What do they need to know to move forward on their path? The use of the word obstacle does away with such misconceptions in a moment. It clears up any possible confusion of spiritual punishment with the punishments inflicted by nature or by man. If you commit a murder, you will probably, but not certainly, be arrested. If you build your city on an earthquake fault, or neglect your dams or your agriculture, you will probably, but not certainly, be visited with earthquakes, floods, or famines. That has nothing whatever to do with the spiritual consequences of sin. Sin only one spiritual, Sin has only one spiritual consequence, and this is invariable and inescapable. It creates an obstacle to enlightenment, great or small, according to its magnitude. And this obstacle is its own automatic, self contained punishment, alienation from the Atman, identification with the ego, and resultant suffering. This punishment may not be apparent to us at the moment when we incur it, but we cannot by any means escape its effect. If you judge your thoughts and actions from Patanjali's viewpoint, asking yourself, does this add to or diminish the obstacles to my enlightenment? You will avoid the error of imagining that sins are definite acts of absolutely fixed value, which can be classified, graded, and listed. They are not. Ooh, we got a little devil's advocate coming in the room. I like it. The devil is your archetype in tarot. And one thing that often gets missed in terms of that archetype is that it's about knowing thyself, knowing thyself. So I love that this is coming in. I digress. They are not. What is wrong for one person may be right for another. As the Gita teaches us, each of us has his own sins and his own virtues relative to his duties, responsibilities, and present spiritual condition. All we can do is to search our own consciences and try to relate our motives on any particular occasion to the great central motive of our lives. Extremely difficult problems in conduct are sure to arise. We shall make many mistakes, and the best we can hope for is that our overall intention may be in the right direction. Patanjali teaches us to regard our sins with a certain scientific detachment, which avoids the two extremes of lazy tolerance and futile disgust. The surgeon does not tolerate a cancer, he cuts it off, but he does not shrink from it in horror either, he studies it. He tries to understand how it has grown and how the growth of a new cancer can be prevented. 18 on the clock. Wow, that is so potent. I really feel like it's very in alignment with what came in your download about closing up a very significant karmic cycle. And there's a certain understanding of that comes through for you, that's through dissecting the roots of the issues you've been grappling with, the things that you've been facing, also the roots of what sustains you on a soul level, what sustains you spiritually, and how you relate to that. There's this piece that really comes forward about using that knowledge in being mindful of how to plant a new future. How to plant a new future. Put down some new roots. Got that? Put down some new roots. How can we be strengthened by the roots of our past and our experiences without letting them be the root of our visions for tomorrow? Sort of like just extracting the medicine from the roots, tapping the roots, to nurture the way we set visions and moving forward. I feel like this is a big collective message that's coming through there. It's that expansive energy of your ruler Saturn being in Pisces. So I think you're doing a lot of this work. I think you're understanding your past differently. I think this is a huge period of spiritual growth for you. I think you're closing up a lot of important karmic cycles. I think you're doing so successfully. I think you're seeing the truth in the situation. I think you're also setting yourself free from some of your self punishing guilt. You're relieving your guilt. You're relieving your guilt by moving forward in a new way. You've done a lot of transformational work as well. And I feel like your faith is being restored. It's being restored first by really, coming home to the truth inside of yourself and realizing the way you've been punishing yourself on certain levels. But maybe those experiences you had were really foundational to what's up ahead. And what's up ahead is beautiful and is a certain kind of redemption. Certain kind of redemption. Potent. All right. Let's dive into the read 21, 22, coming into alignment. Help us on the way. Okay. The cavalry, the spiritual cavalry is close at hand. Let's see what's coming in. We know you're moving out of that place of defensiveness. So that's beautiful, because when we're in a defensive posturing, we block our flow. We block our manifestations. We block our forward motion. And it doesn't allow the energy to, carry us where we need to go. So let's see what's coming in for this Venus Jupiter conjunction. Got one going down today, another on the 28th. Okay, so real time of arrival. What's coming in on these shores for Capricorn collective, Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, or loaded 10th house. Significant placement in that 10th house of Capricorn. What will this Venus Jupiter conjunction bring in for the Capricorn? What is coming in for the Capricorn collective with this Venus Jupiter conjunction? Okay. Ooh, a celebration, healing, because you were willing to close an old cycle. You realized where you were holding yourself back by staying stuck in an old mindset, an old way of seeing things. Others' perspectives opened you up to something you weren't seeing before. It was an education. It was an education that brings you into alignment with something that really connects you with what is of true worth and value in your life. You realize that you were living according to somebody else's idea of what it meant to have the good life. You started connecting with it on a deeper level, getting that, guided you forward to where you feel your true wish fulfillment lies. This has been a learning process. It's been a growth process. I mean, you let go. You let go of the bullshit and you transformed. Look what's coming your way. It's like you went into a place of absolute trust, no resistance. You started listening to your higher directive. You started to really listen to that part of you that was ready to receive. And that's what's been guiding you forward in the moves that you've been making. It's really beautiful. You've been learning to move forward in a new way as well. You're used to mapping everything out. You're used to doing everything by the book. You're used to being logical in your choices, really letting rationality rule. You're moving out of that thinking. You're willing to be the fool. You're willing to be at the beginner's point. That Page of Pentacles is like, I'm just starting to learn where I want to plant this seed, what I want to grow for my future. I'm just starting to learn what is really the language of my soul and how that wants to be expressed through my life. Whoa, Capricorn. And you got something you want to create. You see a way forward. You see it. It's waking up in you and it's moving forward in a new way. You can't ignore the call. You can't deny it. and you're ready to receive it. You're ready to pick up the call and respond to it, you know, and it brings you such deep healing. There's a big overcoming what's really held you back, and it leads you to such a position of success. Such a position of success. You're really going to have something to celebrate here. I see you getting wish fulfillment, and it's all because you were willing to let go of control. And that's what's beautiful is when we give ourselves over to the flow, it carries us exactly where we're meant to be. Yeah, bottom of the deck energy. You gave up the fight, you know, that was polarizing you, where you felt pulled in two different directions with the levers. You know, all this sense of competition that may have been around you, people with different views, arguments, you know, also battling inside yourself between your head and your heart, trying to do the right thing, what's the wrong thing, feeling temptation, questioning what is temptation about, where does temptation stem from. I mean, I think you did a deep dive with all of this, you know, what part of me is tempted? Is temptation always a bad thing? You know, your relationship to desire, all of these things. I think you've been doing a lot of balancing work. And also think you've been dealing with a lot of people who have brought, you know, kind of some complication into the mix. Maybe there's been a kind of a competitive atmosphere. Maybe there's been a lot competing for your attention. This could be something that has come up. In some way, though, you know, you found the balancing point. You found the balancing point. You decided, I'm going to do the work, you know, I'm going to take the long road home. That's what I got here. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. This is like, I'm ready to go through a maturation process. I'm ready for growth. I'm ready for growth. Growth I can really see. Um, Look at this. I mean, it's beautiful. It shows just such the progression of the energy. This is you rising up into your destiny, like stepping into that Taurus North Node. Okay. It's, you know, having an initial idea, something you want to grow in your life, something you're looking to develop. For a lot of you, this could be around your stability. For a lot of you, this could be about, I see it as really taking a big risk, a big financial risk, a big risk with your career, something that you really want to stake your claim on in the world, something you feel called to do. All right. You may have had a lot of things competing for your attention. You know, there's may have been a lot of fires to put out around you. You might have started realizing the way this was distracting you, you know, pulling you in two different directions. You might have felt obligated to kind of toe the line, you know, to be there for somebody else's security, stability, you know, something along these lines. So you kind of cast yourself in this role. But, you know, you also had a lot of passion start to awaken in you, and arriving at your place of truth and realizing, you know, that there was no way to control, you know, what was waking up in you. This vision you have, it's something you want to create. You have a vision for your future, and you're wanting to call it into being. There's some aspect of it that really requires you to grow, you know, to grow. And we see you doing it. We see you learning new things. We see you investing in it. Yes, I want to move forward in this direction. I'm ready to grow this. And there is growth here. It's solid. You know, with that King of Pentacles, there's a total maturation of the energy. This is your energy. This is big, you know, stepping into the North Node energy on the real, you know, manifesting your destiny. And for a lot of you, it has something to do with the work you do in the world. And the work you do in the world, this can be, sure, of course, it can be the type of business that you're in, or your vision for a new way to move forward financially, that allows you to share something of true value that leaves some kind of legacy to the world, right? And for some of you, that may come through a very creative route, because we see a lot here too about, you know, we got this cups energy here, the Three of Cups. That is creativity, you know? This is a creative project. I got a film. I got a film. I got a book coming in very strongly. I got a tarot deck. Somebody's designing a deck, you know? It's not just a deck. It's not just a tarot deck. It's a deck that expands people's consciousness. It gets them to look at things in a new way. There's something that comes forward through this. Woo, that is for somebody. That is going to be very successful. I don't know who that's for, but woo, judgment. And look at this, the counterpart on the other side. I love it. The full expression of the energy coming through the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I got like chills running up my spine. The masculine, the feminine, the full progression of growth in the energy. And for some of you, this is coming into total alignment in relationship, okay, with somebody who has done this work. It looks to me like an offer is being made to somebody who has done the work. It's the fulfillment of a seed that was planted long ago. It comes to full expression. And it's because there's been an important karmic cycle that was closed. I really see this twofold. I think it's one of those cases where your energy is in alignment. You exercise wise judgment. You made a very sound judgment. And because of this, there is something that is being revived in your life. And I believe it has everything to do with your sense of purpose. And I don't think it's just happening in terms of your life's work. That's what I really feel. I feel like you're stepping into your life's work. It's a seed that was planted long ago. It was seed. It was a seed that was planted before you even came into this world, before you even incarnated. I got that really strongly. I believe there's a seed of this for the entire collective that's coming through your message just because of that Saturn and Pisces. I'm feeling that's very strong. Jupiter is also one of Pisces rulers. Okay, so that energy is coming in very, very powerfully through your archetype. Okay, Saturn, Pisces energy with this Venus, Jupiter conjunction. It's all interrelating. I see legacy. I see legacy. Your legacy is being activated. That thing that is why you were born. The work that you're here to do, what you're here to contribute, share with the world. It's waking up in you. It was a seed planted long ago, and you're in a process now of being on this journey. And it's going to lead you to that place of fruition, manifestation, fulfillment. You're going to activate this. And it's going to bring a big spirit of celebration. Okay. Also healing. And it has everything to do with moving away from that which, was keeping you out of the garden, was severing you from entering the garden of earthly delight. There is a bit of this live deliciously energy coming up in your read. And I do think along the way, sometimes you did have to break rules. You started to question that point of inner authority. You made choices based on your own directive. And yeah, there's repercussions for that. And I think you know that. And I think you've already had to do a lot of karmic balancing. But I feel like you've also come to a place where you understand that certain things had to go down just the way they did for you to learn the value of the medicine that they bring forward for you now. Something really, really potent coming in for you. Okay. Yeah. And I see this like the karma is balanced. Look at this 6 of Pentacles to the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. You're in a place of karmic balance. And you're going to see that vision that you have. It's manifesting, you're going to hear that call. You're going to get that call. If you haven't gotten the call yet, there's something coming forward for you. Okay. With this Venus Jupiter conjunction. It's going to be like a call that wakes you up out of your sleep, and you rise up. You rise up into this higher rung of the spiral. It's about living your life on a deeper level. Your life is going to take on a new sense of meaning because you're really connecting with your purpose. And for you, it's coming forward in your life's work. There's also somebody at the end there of that journey into that north node where you're coming together with this person as well. I feel like you're connecting deeply with a soulmate as well. You may even be coming together with this soulmate to enact this vision. Okay, so let's broaden the perspective here. This doesn't just have to be like a romantic partner. All right, I don't see a lot of cups energy on the board aside from the eight of cups, which is about walking away from something that wasn't serving you, so you could follow your heart to what was going to give it fulfillment, because you can feel that soul tug. You got the call, right? The other cups we have on the board is the three of cups, which is about healing. It's about healing, something to celebrate. And I believe it has everything to do with cutting off what was keeping you out of stepping into um, your legacy. Your legacy. Big ancestral energy around you right now. Uh, for some of you, this is, an inheritance that has come from your ancestors, this legacy that you're stepping into. And it's really potent, it's really potent. You had to rise up out of a lot. There was a lot of heartache around this, a lot of stress, and you've been on pause for a while now. I'm not picking up energy really about this being so much about matters of the heart. And yet, at the end of this process, you come into alignment with a soulmate. And this soulmate could be part of enacting this vision, this legacy that you're going to leave behind. This could be something you grow with another. And it absolutely can come through romantic relationship. But I'm just picking up that that's not the primary focus. The primary focus is the legacy, what it roots for the future generations, what it leaves behind. It's that thing about wanting to leave your mark, and being mindful of what impression you want that to leave on the world after, you expand into that great one energy of ecstasis, which we will all face. Yeah, look at this. Boom. We have the magician energy. This is about you really stepping into your passionate purpose. You're starting a brand new cycle. You're at this Aries point activation. You're ready to ride up into that north node. I really feel that. Do look at your north node this coming forward for the Capricorn collective. If your north node is in Capricorn, this is super strong message for you. Okay, there's some vision you're enacting at this time that it's your destiny. It's your destiny, and it's because you've earned this like next rung of the spiral. It's like the wheel has to turn. I think you went through a period where the wheel rode over you. Okay, you've been frustrated. You've been a little worn for the wear, much like these cards. Uh, you were bent out of shape at some points, frustrated. That you weren't seeing forward motion. You wanted something to move forward. You wanted to see growth in an investment you've made. You've been nurturing it from the start. You planted this seed. Is anything going to happen with it? Oh yeah. Just you wait. Wait until that Aries point when that Taurus North node goes retrograde into Aries in July. You're going to see some incredible growth. You can't even imagine it right now. Right? There's something that's coming forward that's putting you into alignment with this vision. It's very powerful. I cannot lie. Top of the deck energy, Ace of Pentacles. This is the manifestation of it. Okay, so this is what is coming through for you. In with this Venus Jupiter conjunction, it's the manifestation of your vision. It all begins here. This is a spring timing card, okay? Uh, that's powerful. To get the Magician to come in, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, it's here. Get ready for some rejuvenation. Whatever felt stagnant is getting a revival, okay? This is a brand new beginning. It's the brand new beginning of your legacy. You're about to go for a wild ride. I really got that. You're moving into some expansion. Woo, look at this. Four of Wands. Total alignment. Again, celebration. And yes, I would say with this Three of Cups coming in, with the Four of Wands coming in, with the Magician, and that Ace of Pentacles, I have to say, this can manifest in romantic relationship in several different ways. I mean, first of all, this could be you had a relationship where you had a lot of challenges. Maybe you had an actual period of separation, some kind of hardship in your connection, something that was keeping you two from coming together. Okay. This is overcoming that challenge, having a revival in your connection. And now there is like an investment, a commitment in moving forward together. And this brings a lot of healing. It brings a home back together again. There's peace restored in the home again. And it's a beautiful thing. But first, it had to come through kind of a disruption in your connection so you two could really understand the value of what you mean to each other. So that's really a beautiful thing to be able to heal a relationship. I also feel like this healing could be taking place within a family dynamic, bringing a family back together again. This may be in relation to a pregnancy too. Maybe something about a pregnancy brings a family back together again. Maybe this child creates a feeling of hope. I have to bring this in. Feel like someone out there lost a child, and I just wish to offer love and comfort to you. I'm so sorry. And maybe this is what created a separation. It might have been very emotionally difficult to process. You might have had to kind of like pull your energy back to process your grief. It might have caused like a separation in your relationship because the stress of losing the child is just so unbearable. There might be a piece about a pregnancy coming in, and this brings a healing, a reconnection. You might even feel like it's like your child's soul, coming back again. You might have gotten some kind of message about this. This is coming in really strongly. It might be just for one person out there, but I have to bring it in. I got like buzzing in my ear. You might feel like maybe you lost a child a while ago, long ago, to miscarriage. Maybe you felt that spirit coming in. Maybe you got some kind of guidance in a dream. You might be finding out you're pregnant. Okay, that's for somebody. Um, there's some kind of celebration here. Okay, and for those of you um, that have been wanting to connect with somebody, wanting a revival in your love life. Maybe you've been single for a long time, maybe it's been a while. I feel like, you're coming together with somebody. There's commitment here. There's a desire to build the future together. There's um, a sense of appreciation here, you know, really recognizing the gift that you are to one another. 4422 on the clock. This is totally coming into partnership with somebody. It brings a lot of healing, a lot of celebration, and it brings a lot of abundance. It's like a blessing. This coming together is a blessing. Everybody wins when this comes together. That's what I got. Okay. Really beautiful energy. And for some of you, this is also about, you are really seeing the launch of your legacy, what you've been building from the ground up, what you've been growing, your life's work, right? It's success. It's success. You might be having some big opening. You might be getting some kind of press. There's some kind of attention. It brings a lot of celebration. And from here, it's just steady growth. This is just the beginning. It's only the beginning. Let me get a cut of the deck energy on this, and I feel pulled to maybe pull out some other cards. Look at that. Ace of Wands. I'm telling you, this is really kicking off right now. Okay, so you're getting this seed, you're planting it now. It's going to grow. You will not believe how this thing is going to grow. And it all begins right now for you, Capricorn. You're going to see the real manifestation of this. This time of celebration is coming through in the fall, right? You're going to have an incredible harvest. I'm getting like financial stability, a real growth in wealth. I feel it's like legacy wealth, something that you can leave behind for future generations. But it's not just like any old thing. This is 100% being fueled by your heart. It's inspiration. It's pure like receiving the call and answering the call. And that's the thing about this message, okay? This is what's important to note here. All right. So stay live. The call can be issued, but it's up to you to answer the call. All right. This is what's on offer. This kind of transformation, this kind of activation. But you have to answer the call. You have to actually take the steps, right? With the Ace of Pentacles. Like your actions need to be tangible. You can't just be thinking about it like, okay, I got the call. Now I'm gonna like sit and dream about it for a while, think about it and explore my possibilities mentally. No. This is about you actually get out there, you answer the call, you start taking the steps. You know, then you'll see the activation of your purpose, you know. We got to look at those aces because the aces are about the initial steps, what's required to move into this new beginning. So right now it's about you really doing the work, like showing up for it. And this is what's different. This time you're not showing up for like what's the right thing to do or what's logical. You're showing up for what your heart is demanding you to do. You're showing up to answer the call where your spirit is guiding you to go, and it's bringing you into alignment with everything and somebody very special, someone very important on your path. This could be a co-creator, this could be somebody that you're bringing a dream together with. You each bring an important piece, and it's the blending of these two energies that really grows something. For some of you, this is creative collaboration, and it brings incredible things forward in your life that you can't even imagine right now. It's just at this point, it's just like the bare bones, kind of just like scratching the surface, right? So that's really potent. What's on the other side here? Whoa, look at that. Brand new cycle. You get to pass go, the Fool. All right. You're going on an adventure. Big adventures opening up for you. It's a real time of new beginnings, looking at things with a totally fresh new perspective. It's all unknown. You kind of dig it. It feels good to sort of cast off what's logical. It feels good to be in a little bit of this space of like rebellion, you know? So I'm loving that for you. I'm loving that for you. What cards are wanting to come out? Angel Tarot? Okay. I'm going to bring you in a little guidance from the Angel Tarot. Can't hurt. Just to, give you a little spiritual guidance moving forward. Looks like you're doing pretty good, Capricorn. Proud of you. I got some Capricorn in my chart as well. So I feel the buildup of this energy. I do. I feel the buildup of this energy. Sometimes, when I tap into it, when I can feel like the expansion that's on offer, right? Because again, it's like, here's the call. You can answer it, or you can choose to ignore it. You can send it to your voicemail, right? But if you don't ever activate it, speak it into existence, answer the call, then you're not going to see the manifestation of that. And I've felt the energy building myself. And I feel it pretty strongly right now because I have Jupiter in Capricorn. Capricorn's the awesome way north node. And so I've been feeling that, like the call of destiny in my own life. And it's very interesting because there's almost like this like nervousness around you can feel like what it's going to require. It does require it requires that goat energy, which how to hold so well. It does require that tenacity, and it requires doing the work, and um, also laying down the foundation within oneself to be able to step into it, to be able to hold that space, to be able to fill those shoes, and I feel like that's really coming in front and center for Capricorn. Very interesting. So we could use some spiritual guidance. It wouldn't hurt. See what's on the bottom of the deck here. Page of Cups. Okay. Yeziel, divine comfort, gives consolation and protection from one's enemies. Okay. So, and I feel like this can be sometimes, enemies within the self, just um, certain emotional states we allow ourselves to slip into, like when we start to move into that place of fear, when we really think about following our hearts and going in the direction that, makes us feel excited again, and there can be a little bit of nervousness opening up to the new, because anytime we open up to something new, we never know what we're going to find there, also when we're moving from the heart space in some kind of creative project or a life's work, something we're wanting to bring forward, or somebody we're wanting to do healing work with in relationship, because we did see that piece come in, there can be this place of like wanting to slip into guarding or withholding again, because it feels a little bit safer, and that's a way we can kind of work against ourselves, just taking this risk to open up again, just at this starting point, like just open up a little bit, at the Page of Cups. It's about, okay, I'm gonna access my heart space again. I'm gonna allow myself to connect with that place inside of me that, you know, does have this desire, for fulfillment. It does have this expression that wants to come forward. And I'm receiving that call, that invitation, I'm opening up to this. And I think as you connect more with this, you let your heart lead a little bit more, you're going to feel that sense of comfort around you, Capricorn, you know, and you don't need to worry either about outside energies thwarting you or getting in your way or keeping you from where you're heading, because as long as you ignore the naysayers and give more attention to your heart, what your heart's telling you, you're going to find the proof is going to be in the pudding. Your comfort is there. Everything you need is on the side of flowing with where your heart's leading you now, where the emotions are leading you, where you're being asked to expand into that place, into your heart space. Okay. So let's see, what other guidance do we have for the Capricorn collective with this Venus Jupiter conjunction? What other guidance do we have for the Capricorn collective with this Venus Jupiter conjunction? What do the angels want Capricorn to do? Okay, we got a couple things. We got something upright here, and we have a crossing influence. So the upright is the Emperor. Again, big Aries energy, that magician energy, coming into that place of, really holding your own, establishing that legacy. Manifest, man. The Emperor Michael, like unto God. Political authority, gives safe travel and protects against conspiracies. Yeah, I think you're blocking the conspiracy theory energy. I feel this is like people around you that maybe act out in subtle ways that are kind of like disloyal, working against you, just in respect that, they try to tell you all the ways something could fail. I really feel that. And I think you're getting a little bit of that, not only in what you're wanting to move towards in terms of your life's work, but also maybe who you're wanting to enter into relationship with, who you want to have a future with. You might have taken on some of this BS, but I think you're the authority in your own life. You don't care about the politics. You don't care about the factions. You don't care about what this person's side is, that person's side is. You know where you need to go, what you need to do. And it's because you're acting from that place of inner authority in your life that you're really stepping into this destiny, uh, really in your power. The crossing energy, what's there? The sun, Miel, restoration of life, protection from adversaries, rabies, and wild beasts. Okay, so you might have been dealing with some really cantankerous people, man. I think you're getting freed from all of that. You've cut the cord. You're moving on in a new direction. It's bringing like a revival type of energy your way. And I feel like that revival kind of energy. It's something that goes right down to your soul, okay? And with this, we have nine of wands, universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries, God, the impenetrable secret, Ahasya. Yeah, it's because you drop those defenses with the nine of wands. You stop trying to take on all the fight. You've reconnected with your soul. You've reconnected spiritually. You've reconnected with your inner authority, your higher consciousness. And this allowed you to trust, to let go, to trust what you were feeling inside, where you were feeling pulled. You answered the call and you are manifesting your destiny. It all starts here now.